The worst part is you lose this sense of self and you become helpless. I'm Ryan Pamplin, CEO and co-founder of BlendJet. I was actually sort of running backwards, watching the car park itself as we do in Silicon Valley, and I flipped around and then bam, ran into a concrete pillar. At the hospital, they stitch me up. They do the thing, you know, oh, yep, you can see, there's one finger, you're good to go. Everyone was like, yeah, you're gonna be fine, just don't go to work for a few days, take the weekend, relax. So I did, and then I drove to work on Monday. My assistant sees me and says, you know, you look like there's something really wrong with you. And then I just fell over. I couldn't even really talk. I couldn't, at this point, like the amount of energy that it took to get up to the office, it just drained me. And I was feeling really disoriented and my vision was really messy. And I couldn't remember things, you know, like certain very basic things like my wife's birthday, right? And you almost want to cry when you can't remember something like that. You know, 1 minute of exposure to something that makes you symptomatic might trigger 24 hours of symptoms. And there's just no relief. You lay down, you want to go to sleep, you just can't get good sleep. For me, I had terrible, vivid dreams every single night. So I would wake up feeling just drained emotionally and physically from the dreams. I would go back to the doctor and the doctor would say, well, give it time. You know, it's been 2 weeks, give it 2 months. And then 2 months goes by, and then, you know, 3 months go by. And at 3 months, you know, I was finally getting past the point where I could actually read again, you know, little bits here and there. And what they had me start doing was look at the phone for 5 minutes at a time. And basically, you know, look at it for 5 minutes and stop. And it was just over time building up my tolerance of what I could actually do to kind of get back to a place that I could, you know, function like a normal human. It took literally a year. You know, prior to that, I was giving keynotes with Bob Iger and Steve Wozniak on the biggest stages in the world. Next thing you know, I can't even, you know, write or read an email. So it was devastating to sort of this momentum I had in my life and my career. It just came to a halt, and I was really motivated coming out of my injury to do something about the injury that would make it so I could look back and be glad that it happened. I know that's so weird to say, but you have to do that, because if you don't, you're gonna look back and be like, oh, it's so stupid, I ran into that pole that wrecked my life. Well, it didn't. In my case, my injury actually spawned the creation of something that has improved the health of 1 million people in 195 countries, and that's BlendJet. And that's a portable blender that enables people to eat conveniently, and as a result of convenience, you know, eat more healthy, make healthier choices, live better, longer, richer lives. And for me, it was like a new hope that I could dedicate myself to. There are times I just did not want to eat. And, you know, for me, smoothies and protein shakes were the go-to thing, because I knew, like, okay, I could get all the protein I need every day, I get all the nutrients I need. And we thought that if we could give people something as convenience, that it would lead to them making healthier choices. And if you really think far back to my accident, BlendJet wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for the accident. And, you know, we took something really terrible that happened to me that, you know, could have ended my life or changed my life forever in a really negative way. And I think we were able to turn it into something not only very positive for me, but it made me care about things differently. When you have those moments where it's like absolutely terrible and you feel like death, you know, you just have to remember that it will go away. Like, it is a moment that you're having that is not pleasant, but you will move past it, and, you know, you'll be stronger and better, and, you know, you'll find a new normal. And I think the idea that you try to remember like what it used to be like how did it feel before the accident? Don't do that. because you glorify sort of this feeling that you didn't pay a lot of attention to before of what it is to feel normal. You just need to get to a point that you feel good and you can do things that matter to you on a daily basis, and eventually you'll stop even measuring normal, right? Am I back to normal? You're you. Like, we're always changing and becoming sort of hopefully better versions of ourselves, and hopefully you can find a point in your recovery that you actually don't think about your accident, or don't even feel like you're recovering anymore.